Turpentine Creek Wildlife Refuge. We rescue animals and give them the best lives possible in captivity. We dedicate ourselves to providing quality care for the animals that call our refuge home. In a single day, we can experience the highest highs and the lowest lows. Yet, at the end of the day, we are a family.
Hey guys, welcome to this week's live feed. Thanks for tuning in. This week our animal of the week is Savannah, one of our female lions. She's 17 years old. We rescued her during the Colorado project. She lives next to Fergie, one of our resident ligers as well. She's a older female, so she's not as active as Fergie, who's a lot younger than her, but she still loves her habitat. The first time we got to put her out there with grass, she had such a fun time. So definitely when you guys come to see us, if it's her day out, she'll be probably snoozing in the sun, which is completely natural for cats and especially lions in general. So definitely check her out. Again, she's 17 years old and we rescued her during the Colorado project, so she has been here a little more than a year now and settled in perfectly. This week's topic of the week is caroling. So we actually have a soundbite of her caroling, so I'm gonna be really quiet so you guys can listen to that, and then I'll kind of explain what's going on, and hopefully when you guys come out to visit us you can experience caroling in person. Okay, so when you guys come out to visit, even on a short visit, if you just come to take a tour and everything, you probably will hear the lions caroling. But definitely if you stay in one of our overnight lodging options, they're pretty vocal throughout the evening. So lions are actually the only social cats, in the wild. All the other cat species are solitary, so it's a really interesting social dynamic that lions have. Really lots and lots of studies have been done on it. Really awesome, really intricate social behaviors that lions have. So within the pride, all the females are actually related, and they're going to do a majority of the hunting. They pack hunt like wolves, so they're actually really successful hunting. So the younger females are going to go out hunting. They're going to in unison take down a large prey item, and once they've overtaken that animal, they'll actually carol or roar. And it can be heard about 5 miles, so it's really important. So the females are going to take that kill down. They're going to carol and let their entire pride know where they are and that there's food. So they're going to carol. It's going to echo and really reach a lot within their territory. All of the pride will come to where that prey item is, and they'll feast on it. So the males are going to eat first, then the females, and then any young they have. So as I said, all of the females are related in the pride. They've actually, the oldest documented female was around 20 years old. She probably wasn't doing the hunting. She was suckling and caring for the young that happened to be young at that time. The males, generally when they reach anywhere from like 18 months to 2 years old, they kick them out of the pride, and they either take over the pride in a couple years or just run as like bachelor hordes or by themselves. So the communication is really important. Just like with people, we communicate all day long sometimes. But so the lions, there's lots of different caroling. There's territorial. So the females' main purpose is going to hunt and suckle the young. The male's main purpose in the pride is actually protection. That's scientists is why they think they have developed this really large mane, helps protect the neck and throat. Sometimes in those fights and battles, things like that. So they are actually going to roam their territory marking. If you come here, you might have been sprayed in the past. If you come again, you might get sprayed. That's one of the ways they mark their territory, but also they territorial roar. So in the evening when they're roaming their territory, the borders and edges of it, they're roaring and caroling, signaling to other animals as well as other lions, this is my territory. So anything in that pride's territory is free game, meaning prey items, things like that. So caroling is super important for communication. Yeah, so there's lots of different ones. You can definitely search on the internet and you can maybe be able to pick some of them out. But for cats, they're actually pretty vocal animals, about 23 different vocalizations compared to a canine's 9. So lions are not the only ones that are vocal, but definitely some of the most outstanding, because you can hear it about 5 miles. We do have neighbors a couple of miles down the road that can hear it, which is really awesome. So when you come, you can actually feel them roaring. It's pretty interesting. A lot of people think that only the males roar. Savannah and Chloe are actually 2 of the loudest and deepest roars, and they're both female. So it's just kind of each individual animal's sounds different, so we can pick out sometimes the different roars of some of the lions and different things like that. So when you come, you can definitely, we call it caroling. They also respond to changes in barometric pressure. So if it's really cloudy like it is today, they might be a little bit more vocal than they are in the you know, when it's bright and sunny. And definitely after feeding time, a lot of times people ask, like, well, when can you hear them carol? A lot of times after they get fed, they'll we joke they're gossiping about what they had to eat, but anyway, they're probably, you know, communicating that as well. Another interesting thing, when we bring in new animals, a lot of the lions, especially for a while, Willie thought he was the head lion here, and when we brought a new rescue in, he was definitely very vocal, very loud, and I think he was signaling, you know, he'd tell there was another male that we had rescued, and he was definitely having to tell everybody that he was still in charge. So it's pretty interesting, the social dynamics and things like that you can experience with that. So definitely, you guys are out to definitely come and see if you can hear them caroling. And it's just a really unique experience. Lions are some of the really cool animals that we have here, in addition to the rest of the cats, but they have a pretty cool social dynamic. So definitely come and check that out. This week's team member of the week is Suze, one of our newest staff members, so I'll let you introduce herself and talk to her.
Let me double check the box, there wasn't earlier. Go for it.
Okay. My name is Suze Manning Osborne, and I am part of the animal care staff team here. I'm a recent hire. I was an intern for almost 2 years before I got hired this past June. I'm just part of the animal care staff team, so we do all of the basic care of all the animals. We get to do meds and work on habitats and help build the bear habitat right now and all that good stuff. I'm originally from North Carolina. I came from Charlotte about 2 years ago, so I've definitely moved all across the country. And I have a dog at home, so most of my free time is spent hanging out with him. We like to go for walks right after work for sure, and then hike around on my days off. And other than that, I'm usually
Oh, whoops. So did I? Okay. Well, we might be having some technical difficulties, so guess we'll have to end it there. If you guys have questions, just shoot them on over. We'd be happy to answer them for you. And make sure you tune in next week, and we'll have some video for you guys. So thank you again for all your support throughout the year, and hope everyone has a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Thank you guys.